There's some very unfortunate news in regards to Leafy's termination from YouTube, but before we get into it, let's look at a couple more tweets that I missed in the last parts talking about his termination. Cyrus tweets out, "Yo, Leafy just got fucking terminated, what the fuck? Guy was a big part of my childhood." Before Yandere tweets out, "Leafy left YouTube, came back, and then had his channel terminated all before Yandere Simulator finished development." Nicholas Diorio says, "Prediction. Leafy's channel will be reinstated in under a month." Leafy responds, "You are very optimistic, man. I think YouTube is gonna keep me dead. RIP too, cause I already finished 2 videos in new stock market series." Wavy Web Surf responds to him by saying, "Teach the kiddos about options." Justin Wang then replies, "A generation of 12-year-olds losing their lunch money on FDs." Nick Cash tweets out, "Bruh, laughing my fucking ass off," showing a picture of a pentagon, a hexagon, an octagon, and Leafy is gone. Willie Maxshow tweets out, "In 2016, creators were constantly at war with each other, but the one unifying idea was that we policed ourselves. And if anyone's channel was removed, we would all rally behind them. Leafy donated to FUPA. We rallied behind Pewds with the Wall Street Journal. Hell, we even fought for Nazi Girl. We did this as a community because we understood that we could keep each other in check." iDubbbz corrected Leafy. H3 corrected the prank channels and CSGO Lotto scams. Grade A with the Santoro in his plagiary. Leafy tweets out, "Still no word from Team YouTube or YouTube creators on the suspension. If they want to keep me banned, fine. We'll miss having an outlet, but mainly been doing this for fun since coming back. Some videos were more crude than others, but personally, I don't think I was that bad. Fun website. Blatant huge double standard, but not big on going the, if I should be banned, so should them route. Cause it's pretty lame. Website is shit." Willie Maxwell quote tweets Leafy and says, "I wish YouTube would name the videos. If you got fired in radio, television, or from fucking Walmart, they'd have to cite specifically what you did. This is just some lame ass shit." Storyfire tweets out, "We stand by Leafy. After pouring years of hard work, creating hundreds of videos, millions of subscribers, all wiped in an instant. Little to no direct communication from the platform he was loyal to for a lifetime. You work things out. Don't just click delete." Mick Juggernuggets quote tweets this and says, 100%. There should have been a conversation between YouTube and Leafy. A compromise made. This heavy-handed approach goes beyond just nature of content, but a blatant disregard for the creators that have been loyal to this platform for years. I thought we were YouTube partners." And then the unfortunate news comes out in a Dextero article where The Verge confirmed with YouTube that Leafy's ban is permanent for violating their harassment policies. Nick Diorio tweets this out and says, "YouTube has confirmed Leafy's suspension is permanent. No example was given. No reason 3 strikes weren't awarded." It's a Gundam quote tweets Nick and says, "It's no longer YouTube, it's our tube." Slasher then tweets this out as well and says, "YouTube PR confirmed to The Verge that Leafy's ban is permanent due to harassment." Shive responds to this with an F made up of other Fs. Kavos quote tweets him and says, "No warning, no strikes on his channel. Just straight up banned. If you are celebrating this ban, you are an idiot. Hashtag free Leafy." Slasher responds to Kavos by saying, "Kavos, it literally says, the termination only came after his channel amassed at least 3 violations of YouTube's harassment policy over the last 90 days. Kavos responds, "Leafy never got notified of the strikes to my knowledge. And what videos caused the strikes? That is fucked." Slasher responds, "He was notified he was given 2 strikes since returning in early June, and then tweeted about it. That was YouTube's warning." Kavos responds, "When? I must have missed it." Slasher then links Leafy's tweet from June, and then Kavos responds by saying, "These got removed?" Slasher responds, "Did they?" And then Kavos shows a tweet from Team YouTube in the same thread that Slasher linked where they say it was a mistake. Slasher responds by saying, "I believe as it is written, then that he still received 3 strikes, not included those 2 which were reversed, or may have been reinstated." Kavos responds, "How do you know this? YouTube confirmed they were removed? Do you not see the issue with YouTube just slamming 3 strikes down and not telling Leafy why?" Someone named Julia Alexander responds to Kavos. I believe she's the person from The Verge who ended up talking to Team YouTube and writing the article. She says, "Hey, YouTube told me that his channel was terminated because it violated the company's harassment policy 3 times over a period of 90 days. No specific videos were identified, but they did confirm it's permanent when I asked specifically about length of ban." Scrubby quote tweets Slasher and says, "This dude literally didn't scroll down under this tweet and read the YouTube response. This is the Twitch news guy, who can't even scroll down on Twitter, by the way. Laughing my ass off. Slasher responds, good work, and then posts Julia's response, to which Scrubby responds, hey man, got a girlfriend for ya. Give me a job if I can hook you up. Obviously referencing the Slasher situation where he tried to exchange a job for a date. I have a video on that if you want to check that out. Slasher then tweets out on his own timeline Julia's response and says, YouTube confirmed that Leafy violated the company's harassment policy 3 times over a period of 90 days. Nicholas Diorio responds to him by saying, no strikes on the account, YouTube claims 3 strikes, no email sent to Leafy, no specific videos named. Yeah, we all buy that explanation. Lol, good reporting. Slasher responds, so you were saying YouTube lied to The Verge on record? For what purpose exactly? Nick responds, I'm saying, applying 3 strikes simultaneously with no notice to write something down and hand The Verge. And deleting a channel out of the blue is an identical situation. Going back to the conversation between Slasher and Kavos, when Slasher responds to Kavos, questioning if they reversed Leafy's strike, Tommy C responds to him by saying, this is me and others helping Leafy get his video back. Check the date, June 5th. You have to work on your gotchas, bro. He then shows proof. Slasher responds to him by saying, I didn't see that. Wasn't supposed to be a gotcha. Leafy's tweet is linked in the Verge article. The reporter still confirmed from YouTube's end the channel was terminated due to 3 strikes. Tommy C responds, funny how that info never got Leafy even 1 email about a strike. Ever think the people you speak might have, I don't know, have an agenda and a bias? Slasher responds, YouTube wouldn't lie on record about there being 3 strikes in the last 90 days. However, as social media platforms go, it's about what they are not saying. Could have gotten all 3 violations at once, and will not be given a specific explanation. Sound familiar? Keemstar responds to Slasher by saying, try to use your brain. YouTube is saying that he had 3 violations in the last 30 days, but he had no strikes when his channel went down. So basically, YouTube gave him 3 strikes all at once, without giving him time to change his behavior. Get it? Tommy C responds to Slasher by saying, YouTube wouldn't lie. Are you fucking nuts? Could have gotten all 3 violations at once. Yeah, that is kind of the same thing as being terminated. Slasher responds, obviously these big social media corps twist things in their favor. However, I have found that they do it through omission. It's reasonable to be mad at lack of transparency from YouTube and Twitch on specifics, but still believe the overall statement put out to be true. Repsion tweets about the news by saying, well, looks like we got somewhat of an answer. My position still stands. I want to know what videos violated the harassment policy. I don't watch Leafy. They should at least send an email for what video violated their rule. If people don't know what exactly the video in question is the issue, how can people improve their content to follow the guideline? Corey Towns responds to Repsion by saying, how about instead of crying that your precious troll senpai is gone, maybe make some content that's not a boring, repetitive expose/roast battle where every drama channel covers the same trending drama? If you were not 12, YouTube is extremely dull as far as the drama community. Zocti responds to him by saying, I bet he's just mad that he doesn't have a Ridge wallet. Unlike other wallets, the Ridge wallet has this sleek industrial design that keeps everything compact while still holding up to 12 cards plus room for cash. Use code BOBLAX for 10% off with free shipping and a money-back guarantee in the first 45 days of your purchase. I 100% agree with this sentiment. I usually don't interject on these objective tweet readings, but this is facts. And I just have to reiterate that you can go to ridgewallet.com/Boblax and use code Boblax for 10% off your order of a Ridge wallet, the best wallet on the market. Thank you so much to Ridge Wallet for sponsoring this video. But going back to some more legitimate tweets, Repsion responds to Corey by saying, are you daft? I don't watch Leafy is here. I almost know nothing about his content outside of his older stuff. I only know he made a bunch of Pokemon videos recently. I recommend you check my movie reviews if everything is so boring. Nobody forces you to watch content, you turd. About 20 hours after Leafy made his tweet saying he had no word from YouTube yet, Team YouTube finally responded to him on Twitter by saying, confirming your channel was suspended following repeated violations of our harassment policies. Note, we updated our harassment policy back in December 2019. We sent an email Friday at the time of the suspension. We'll DM you with more info. Leafy quote tweets them and says, she ain't gonna fuck you, bro. KXA responds to Leafy by saying, they did you dirty, bro. What's the plan now? Leafy responds, Twitch and Twitter videos uploaded on a few different places, and I'm buying a house. Keemstar responds to Team YouTube by saying, okay, but why did you Team YouTube give him 3 strikes at once? The whole point of the 3-strike system is to warn the creator that they need to change their behavior. You gave Leafy 3 strikes at once? Turkey Tom tweets out, Leafy's here ban is permanent. Leafy responds to him by saying, like Red Dead 1 ending, lol. Had to end eventually, I guess. Darwin responds, Leafy fight back, Iga. We with you. Leafy responds, thinking of streaming or Spotify. Keen behind the scenes saying it marks the death of a genre/wave or edgy content, and get the same sense. Starkish Luna responds to Leafy by saying, Spotify? Wait, Calvin, are you saying you were gonna have your own podcast? Leafy responds, not sure, but gotten offers. Kavos responds to all of this by saying, fuck's sake, YouTube. Why don't you just communicate with your creators? How is this even an appropriate response? First Twitch and now YouTube banning their biggest creators with no clear reason why? Leafy then tweets out, hello Guinness World Records. I want my fucking award for the biggest YouTube channel banned now. Jolly2Coin responds to him by saying, Leafy, what's your thoughts on Lion Maker? Leafy responds, good guy, hope he keeps up the good work. Leafy then goes on his Twitch page to talk more about the ban. Here is what he said.
It's pretty shit, like, double standard on YouTube. I don't want to go too much into it. I know I said this on Twitter. I don't want to be like, you know, I got banned, so should they. But, yeah. Actually, I just take it back. Dude, PewDiePie's made like 14 videos on Alinity. H3H3's made like over like 15 videos on Pokemon. All 40 minutes long. Keemstar's made a shitload of videos on Jake Paul. Bro, they're all guilty. It's fucking ridiculous. Am I saying they should get banned? No, but I am saying there's double standard. Guess I kinda went back on what I said. Whatever.
YouTube ass. Transform into a full-time streamer, bro. Lizard army will rise. Hiss in chat.
That's the plan. It's definitely like a different adjustment to make, but I've been doing YouTube for a while, so it'd be like something new. I'm not gonna lie, there is like a certain amount of like pressure, bro. It's all live and shit.
You had such a massive audience and they just banned you. Are you taking legal action?
I don't think so, man. Maybe. If there's like a big case, but the way I see it is it's up to them what they want to ban. I think it's fucking utter bullshit, and it's a huge double standard, but I don't know if I'm like willing to fight it that hard.
Thoughts on how everyone starts talking mad shit when you get banned?
Oh, they're all pussies, bro. I understand that like throughout the years I've like created this like hate following, right? They're like there's a lot of people that dislike me, but the fact that they're talking shit after like my YouTube gets banned, alright, man. I think what I'm gonna be doing is I'm gonna be like posting shit posts to like, you know, Storyfire and mostly Twitter, right? And there's no ads on Twitter, but I figured out how to do it. But there's no ads on Twitter, but I can upload like 2-minute shit posts, and even though I wouldn't be making money off the videos, I think I would just like promote like Always Lucky at the end. I don't really care that much about like a cut in the amount of money I make, but at the same time I'm not a fan of just like working for free, right? Like I think that if I'm doing something, I obviously want to make money, but I don't mind if it's like a cut in revenue. And I don't really care too much about like, you know, having some like insane viewer base. The fact that I even have a viewer base after coming back after 4 years is pretty sick to me. So yeah, I'm not like chasing the insane clout. I'm not trying to be the next Drake. I could do finance streams, but I don't know. It all depends. Might end up doing a show with like, I don't know, Keemstar or something on Spotify. I've gotten some offers from Spotify, so that's pretty sick. Kind of left in this point right now where I don't know if I want to, you know, go part-time or if I want to really go back into doing it, because man, I was like doing YouTube for fun and I was just making the videos that I wanted to make, and it's almost like it's like brutal, because right when I started to enjoy it and I kind of started getting, you know, into scheduling it around my life and whatnot, that's right when they fucking banned me. Like I have this another video, maybe I'll release it somewhere else, but my next video was straight up like, it was gonna be like a 10-part like series on like, you know, from the ground up how to get into like the stock market and stuff like that, but which is obviously something that like I like to enjoy a lot. But yeah, dude, got banned. That video's never coming out. On YouTube at least. Podcast does sound pretty cool. So Spotify is definitely a pretty good option. I think I'm better around like a video format or like I don't know, you know, it takes a certain like skill set to get into streaming. I think that if I really put some time in, I could make a pretty solid stream, but there's a huge difference between this and YouTube, you know? This is just talking. The YouTube stuff, you usually have like an idea, and even though you can make your video however you want, usually it's in one direction. Streaming, it's like, dude, you just go into the woods. You have no idea. You can't even prepare for shit because you're mostly just like interacting with chat for the most part. So, use Storyfire? That's the plan. I have like 3 videos that I've finished that were gonna go up on YouTube, but yeah. I'm planning on making 2-minute shitposts on Twitter, like, almost on a regular basis whenever I feel like just complaining about stuff. And, again, like, the whole thing is, like, I would just, like, promote Always Lucky at the end of it since there's no ads. But I think I'll re-upload those on Storyfire and also BitChute. But I need to make accounts on both those. I have an account on Storyfire, but it's so weird after getting banned. You know how many emails I've gotten with just like random people saying stuff like, oh, you should show up on this random platform. And even though I kind of like the idea of just like posting on all of them, and I think that if every YouTuber did that, it would make it so YouTube would actually be less lame with their terms of service and how strict they are. I still think that it's like, no one wants to be the guy just promoting another, you know, platform for free. You know what I mean? Especially because they should be getting paid if they're like, you know, you get the idea. I know that Kim was kind of telling me this behind the scenes, but he was saying stuff like on the lines of like, oh, you know, your channel ban kind of marks the death of like a certain type of comedy on YouTube, which was, you know, very edgy. And I understand where he's coming from. I think that I wouldn't want to say that like publicly because I think it's very overdramatic and kind of cringe, but damn, it's like everyone that made edgy videos, they've all changed, and maybe everyone's just, you know, grown up a little bit. I'm not sure. I don't think it's necessarily growing up though. I think it's more, I think the internet's changing. It's not the Wild West anymore. I hate people that like try to act like, you know, there's a certain maturity with each age. Dude, there's some people that I know that are like in their 30s that are some of the most toxic people I know, and they act like, you know, stereotypically children, but they're worth a lot of money and they're not an idiot, so, you know, it's kind of fucking bizarre to be like, he's acting like he's 15, you know what I mean? It kind of reminds me of like the big brain versus little brain shit. Oh, I'm super fucking mature. No, I'm actually not talking about Kim. I'm talking, they're very similar though. I think back to like Martin Shkreli and shit like that. Man, he was fucking going off the walls. You could say that he was acting like a 12-year-old, but the dude's insanely successful, so it's kind of weird to be like, you know, he's that or this. It kind of just seems like, it just seems weak, bro.
I called him out on Twitter, like Team YouTube. I was like, look, yeah, he got 3 strikes, but you gave him the 3 strikes all at once. Like, the whole point of the 3-strike system is you give someone a strike so they have like a warning to change their behavior. Like, you didn't do that in Leafy's case. You gave him all 3 at once so his channel would go down. That's bullshit. That's just not
It's just so fucking lame, dude. Like, on so many levels.
It's almost like there's like someone out there that really doesn't like you, that's friends with.
Can you imagine if that's
CEO.
actually the case? And he, like, because I know that everyone says it memeing, but like, man, that would be fucking.
But it's like that, right? It really does feel like that. It feels like they were like, okay, let's give him all 3 strikes at once so his channel goes down. I mean, people don't understand the historical precedent that has been set. Leafy is Here, channel going down, is the biggest YouTube channel in the history of YouTube.com to be terminated permanently, right? In order for that to happen, and the way it happened is so similar to Dr. Disrespect being banned, right? Because you don't know. They said bullying and harassment based on what? What videos? What's the evidence? Like, dude, I'll tell you this much. There have been people that have been banned off of YouTube that sued YouTube and got their channels back.
Are you saying that I should sue YouTube?
I'm not saying that because I feel like YouTube would have a case to be like, you deserve to be banned. But what I'm saying is people have done that before.
Bro.
In my opinion, I think Pokemon is working on a deal with YouTube because maybe that's why you got banned, is because she's working. Here's the deal. Pokemane's good friend, Ray, or Valkyrie, right? She has a exclusive YouTube deal, gets paid a shit ton of money to stream only on YouTube. And so they're best friends. And I think Pokemane may have got a stream deal in the works with YouTube. And that's when they saw this hate against Pokemane, they were like, okay, well, if this hate's not going to stop, this guy's made 20 videos, we're going to shut him down. Like, I think that may be, I mean, look, if we get an announcement, everyone in the stream listening right now, that Pokemane has signed an exclusive deal to stream only on YouTube, just remember who told you that first. Keemstar. And I don't know anything. I'm guessing. I'm just literally just guessing on basically everything I've heard and seen. But yeah, I really think she is working on a YouTube exclusive deal.
Keemstar tweets out, funeral service for Leafy, August 27th, 5 p.m. EST, at Drama Alert. If you plan on attending, please retweet. We need to know how much potato salad to make. Leo responds, I have to walk my fish at that time. Keemstar responds, okay. And then fast forward to that time, someone named Poop asks Keemstar about the Leafy funeral, and Keemstar says, nope, not happening. He came back to life on Storyfire. So unfortunately, what Keemstar had planned for Drama Alert never came to fruition, but what did come to fruition is Keemstar's promise to have Leafy on his podcast Mom's Basement to talk about his ban. Here is what he said.
Why do you think, if you had to really guess, like, why do you think he went down? Was it the Pokemane videos, or was it the person that I won't name?
YouTube's a cuck. That's it.
Well, they give you a sentence, right? They cite it as, like, bullying and harassment.
YouTube's just a shitty platform, bro. So nothing much else needs to be said about it. Part of me kind of just wants to quit on this because, I don't know, like, I've quit in the past, like, multiple times, and it's definitely not the worst way to go, like getting banned. And I kind of like dunked on like all the haters at the very end too. I don't know. Yeah, I don't think it's the worst way to go.
He posted a Twitter video the other day, right after he got banned, showing the internet that he made $4 million off of YouTube with a $60 mic.
Yeah, it was a pretty like sick dunk after because after I got banned, there were so many people shit talking. So. Again, it's not the worst way to go. How else is there, how else do you quit?
Leafy, how do you feel about that, right? Like, when your channel was up and running, like, you didn't get that much criticism. I know, like, XQC and Destiny and maybe a few others, like, these are Twitch streamers, right? They came out and they said something, like, negative against you when you made the Pokemane video, right? But when you got actually terminated, there were so many people coming out of the woodwork to celebrate it, and it's like, it comes across, like, so fake.
Pussies, bro.
Yeah, why weren't you saying that when he had a channel? It's so ridiculous. I mean, the guy that I won't name, but you can name all you want. I mean, he's chirping, but he didn't say anything for 140 days.
I mean, I'm just gonna say it. They're talking about H3, and this is the craziest. This is where I'm like, it's just unbelievable to me. And I'm gonna assume that you were banned and completely removed off of YouTube for your Pokemane videos. And now I'll say with full confidence that I don't think your Pokemane videos were crazy like harassment. I watched all of them. It was all just bullshit. Like, you're just a troll, and like,
it's actually going after her. The thumbnails were pretty bad though.
I don't think one time you attacked her appearance or anything that she believes in or anything like that. Mm-hmm. It was more so just like trolling and like just honestly giving real criticism on how she has handled criticism and has handled your situation, whatever.
Well, see, if I had to guess, it would be the Ethan Klein video, the H3H3 video he made, which was his last one, most recent.
Well, that's even more egregious, because what I was getting at was the fact that H3 can now speak on you, talk about you, like, at least when you've spoken about people and quote unquote harass people, you're speaking on people who have a platform and have every opportunity in the world to respond, to contradict what you're saying, to like make their own points. And now you are absolutely silenced. You can't even go on a third party channel and respond. You can't, you know what I mean? That's insane. It's actually fucking crazy. YouTube is absolute garbage.
Dude, the 3 times this guy's shit talked to me, right? First time is when the Tommy NC shit happened, right? I'm public enemy number 1. Makes sense, right? Second time, he buries the hatchet with me. He like comes out after we had the beef and the first time. says like, hey man, I'm going to remove my video. The video was made just out of greed. He takes down the video, even makes a video saying why he removed the video. 4 months later, he shows up in the iDubbbz video, right? iDubbbz can make a video on me, but he just shows up just being there. Super toxic, whatever, man, right? So that happens. And then the third time is after I get banned. Bro, he's a fucking coward. There's really no other way of saying it.
I can understand why that's your position. It would obviously bother the fuck out of me, too.
No, he can do whatever he wants. It's up to him, but that's my stance on it.
I think the fact that so many people are celebrating it, like literally like half of Twitter I saw, pretty much 50% of people, they're kind of celebrating it, and I think that's just fucked. Like, how can you celebrate that? Because it could.
They don't like me, that's fair, but like the fact that they're so pro-censorship is pretty funny.
Yeah, and especially it's just based on people they don't like. Same exact situation with someone they do like. It's just going to be a double standard completely.
The funny thing is, like, dude, my old videos were so much more crude, right? Maybe my videos now are like was since they all got banned, you know, like Terminator, whatever the fuck. I don't like, they may have been more toxic, but like on the surface level, my old videos were so much worse. It was just me picking like some random dude with like 10 subscribers and going after him. But my newest videos, I don't know. I don't think I crossed the line, in my opinion, but obviously that's, you know, debatable. I definitely was close to the line, right?
You're hitting the recent points that the recent changes and updates they've made to their terms of service. So you've got
that is a good point. There have been like new policy
They literally
changes,
recently added that fucking line about calling people, you know,
making fun of the way people look and shit. By the way, I don't think Ela looks like a fucking horse at all. I think it's.
Well, I didn't like go after her. Like, I don't know. I don't think it was that bad. I think there's definitely worse. But again, this is like, you know, I took a break for like multiple years, so like my view on the policies is obviously really outdated and whatnot. I know they've changed stuff and whatnot.
I don't see a problem in calling saying someone looks like a fucking animal. It's just an animal. There's worse things to be called than a fucking horse. But yeah, I don't actually think she does look like a horse personally, but yeah. I think it's a stupid rule.
Like, I would make jokes about Pokemon. Like, there was some guy that was like, someone needs to kill Pokemon, right? And I responded to it like HDR recon scope, right? But the reason why is because the guy had fucking Ghost from Call of Duty as his profile picture. I looked at the dude's like Twitter. He's like tweeting out like kill feeds and shit like that, right? Like Call of Duty montages. It was obviously a joke about Call of Duty. Everyone knows this, but his account got like fucking suspended, and now my channel's being suspended. Maybe that's why I got banned. Who knows? I know that like the H3H.
I'm not surprised he got banned.
Yeah.
I wouldn't personally cross that line, and I think that like there has to be a line somewhere.
Well, I wasn't
right?
the one saying that Pokemon should be killed, but like I know what you mean. But like,
yeah,
even then, like I don't know. Maybe that's why I got banned.
A lot more was said in that podcast, but if you want to see the full thing, the link will be in the description below. But that's about it in regards to the conversation surrounding Leafy's ban. Except for one person I've been intentionally avoiding throughout these videos, H3H3. And the reason why I've been doing that is because there's a lot to unpack with him in particular. So I'm gonna have a dedicated video to him and his response to this entire Leafy ban, as well as his continued attack on Keemstar in the next video. So if you don't want to miss that, be sure to subscribe with notifications on. Also follow me on Twitter if you want to see my opinions on this over there. Thank you so much to my channel members, in particular, Sushi Joe, Forever Ghoul, The Dank Memes Play, Turtle, and A Zorich for $30 a month, Rubybox Fox for $40 a month, and Boar for $50 a month. This helps me out immensely. I appreciate it a lot. And with all that being said, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in another video.